Street thieves snatch one traveler's phone every 30 seconds in Barcelona. That could be you. Stay tuned and you'll learn the pocket-level trick that made one viewer walk Paris after midnight with zero fear. Plus, the sneaky fee even banks hide. What's the most ridiculously overpriced security gadget you've ever bought on vacation? Barcelona police logged 70,000 and-grab backpack thefts last year, and 42% struck within 5 metro stops of Plaça Catalunya. A Canadian nomad felt the box cutter glide through nylon as the train braked. He only noticed when his laptop was gone. That ruined weekend forced him into emergency passport fees and a €900 computer replacement. Game over in 4 seconds. The armor is simple. Slide a flexible stainless steel mesh sheet between your bag's outer shell and liner, or buy a ready-made cut-proof insert and tuck it behind the hydration sleeve. Air holes keep weight down to 100 grams. Yet knives glance off like hail on a cockpit windshield. Insurance underwriters cut premiums by 12% when they cease resistance. Instant payback. EU tourist aid desks say victims burn 3 embassy visits and 2 extra hotel nights to get home. Avoidable grief. Problem solved. Add a Bluetooth tracker in an inner pocket and you've layered defense the way airlines layer airspace. Think your hostile locker is a fortress. Plywood backs and dime store hasps beg to be pried. Thieves pop those latches in 90 seconds, leaving passports and cash untraceable. Steel stops screwdrivers cold. Pack a 7mm hardened shackle padlock, then slide your documents into an RFID shield pouch before locking up. The beefy shackle laughs at bolt cutters shorter than an overhead bin suitcase, while the foil lining blocks skimmers cloning tap-to-pay cards from 2 meters away, hostling International's liability caps at €15 per item, yet a budget e-reader costs $150. Loop a tamper evident cable tie through the locker vent, photograph it, and auto-upload the image with a timestamp. Article 651A of the German Civil Code compels accommodations to reimburse up to €1,000 when negligence is proven, a clause many receptionists forget until you produce evidence. Cam, a gap-year grad in Berlin, returned from a free street art tour to find his seal broken and camera gone. CCTV pinned a rogue cleaner, and management covered his overnight train to Prague, plus 2 nights at a safer property across town. Next time the dorm door slams, that click of steel around your locker becomes an audible exhale. You've locked down peace of mind. You finally nod off on the 10-hour night bus from Lima to Cusco, hoodie hood up, podcast whispering ocean waves, then jolt awake at dawn, with fingers clutching empty air where your phone should be. Overnight coach operators log 5 phones lost per run, and drivers burn 40 minutes filing police forms. Travelers arrive blank-screened, unable to show hostile bookings or download Machu Picchu tickets. Forced to haggle with street kiosks for second-hand handsets at triple markup, the hidden flaw is slack pockets. Clip a mini carabiner tether. One end loops through the phone case lanyard hole. The other snaps onto your belt loop or bag strap with a twist lock gate built for rock climbers. A 20-gram coil leash stretches to 2 meters, yet recoils under the seat like a seatbelt tongue. Insurance actuaries cut deductible surcharges by 8% when devices are physically secured. Instant discount. Clip-in or kiss photos goodbye. A Japanese backpacker tested the rig on Argentina's Ruta 40. A quick-fingered teen yanked. Leash snapped tight, and the boy bolted empty-handed while the bus applauded. She filmed Patagonia glaciers. The next morning, gear intact. Swear by it, grin framing every selfie. Insist the waiter drops a printed, itemized bill. Do not settle for the calculator check, scribble, or phone screen total they flash at flustered tourists. Secret surcharges piled 10% at lunch and 18% at dinner. A Florence consumer watchdog found 43 cafes padding totals with service fees banned since 2017. Victims waste an hour arguing, then another at police kiosks drafting futile complaints. Your fix is mechanical. Hold the card until the ticket hits the table. Verify each line and pay in local currency. The EU Payment Services Directive mandates transparent pricing in the transacting nation's tender, yet scammers bank on jet lag fog. Swap to a fee-free credit card with no foreign markup, and you lock exchange losses at 0 while earning 1 point per euro. Handshake, only seal sign totals. One traveler from Cape Town kept every trattoria receipt in a zip pouch. When a waiter added "pay ni coperto" twice, she photographed the bill beside Italy's pricing law poster taped by the cash register. The manager tore up the extra charge, comped dessert, and thanked her for keeping us honest. Gelato money preserved. One backpacker swore the smiling ATM helper vaporized 8 weeks of hostile cash in Siem Reap. He slipped his card into a curbside terminal, followed the stranger's language toggle, and watched a phantom withdrawal drain €400 before the receipt even printed. His next 48 hours vanished in embassy queues and Skype fights with customer service. No street food, no Angkor sunrise shoot, just stress. The silent villain is skimmer-rigged freestanding machines. Cambodian Consumer Reports pinned 2/3 of tourist card fraud to kiosks placed inside convenience stores. Banks, by contrast, average 1 incident per 9,000 swipes. Duck the risk. Walk 10 extra meters to an indoor branch lobby, flash your passport at the guard, and use the wall-mounted machine under CCTV. Big networks refund unauthorized withdrawals within 5 days under Visa's zero liability rules, yet only after you file before midnight local time. Street kiosks bleed cards dry. Swipe inside, and you gain 2 hidden bonuses. The machine caps foreign exchange margins at 1%, and receipts list the mid-market rate down to 4 decimals. Finish by texting your bank the withdrawal amount. Some mobile apps credit a 10-point Secure Chuler bonus usable for airport lounge passes. Small win, big grin. Dynamic currency conversion. Siphons 4% per swipe and slips another 2 into the service line most tourists never read. 6% gone. Pure theft. Visa data shows European terminals ran 63 million such markups last summer. Enough overcharge to fund 3,000 round-the-world tickets. Travelers who blindly tap in home currency, hand over gelato money to middlemen, and still face double-dipping when their own bank tax on a foreign transaction fee. Reject the prompt. Press the gray local currency button every time. Then settle the bill with a zero markup travel card that reimburses ATM fees at month end. The EU's revised Payment Services Directive obliges merchants to display both totals side by side. Photograph the screen before paying, and you wield instant proof if the receipt flips back to conversion. Evidence? Beach shrugs. Choose local. Keep control. Add a quick mental check. Multiply the amount by current XE rate rounded up. If the offered home total shows more than that, you're watching legalized pickpocketing. Frequent flyer forums report banks having dispute times when cardholders attach that photo. Skip the surcharge, pocket the points, stride away richer in 4 steps. If these first 6 tricks just saved you a fortune in stress fees, hit subscribe now so the next 6 land in your feed before your boarding group gets called. Handing your carry-on to the cheerful bus attendant feels safe, right? Interpol logged 9,000 laptop thefts on intercity coaches last year, and just 7% surfaced in lost and found. Drivers shrugged because the ticket fine print caps liability at the fair price. So your €2,000 workstation rides uninsured in a damp belly compartment beside dripping suitcases. Guard the laptop like your boarding pass. Keep gear on your lap inside a slim neoprene sleeve. Then wedge the strap under your leg whenever you nod off. Switch to a bank-issued travel card that bundles device insurance up to €1,000. If loss occurs within 2 hours of public transport disembarkation, Spain's consumer law demands carriers exercise diligent custody over items passengers retain. Keeping the computer within arm's reach satisfies that clause and turbocharges any claim. 2 extras seal the deal. First, enable device tracking software that snaps a covert photo after 2 wrong passwords. Second, label the sleeve with a phone number and a promise of cafe cash for honest finders. Rush hour metro in Mexico City. Doors slide open, bodies surge, and elbows funnel you toward the exit. Transport security logs 1 theft every 2 minutes, online 2, and 41% strike before morning guards clock in. Victims burn 45 minutes canceling cards, then 48 hours waiting at consulates. Clip the odds in half by swapping back pockets for a slim, zippered crossbody worn across the chest. Tuck the bag mouth under your arm, run the strap diagonally, and you create 3 barriers thieves must breach before fingers hit valuables. A University of Buenos Aires study timed mock thefts. Open-top totes fell in for seconds. Crossbodies averaged 19. Buenos Aires Penal Code 163 increases sentencing when force is used. Zips qualify, so police push harder to recover stolen items. Keep zips closed. Add to boosters for peace of mind. Slip an NAF blocking card between cash sleeves to foil tap-to-pay scanners, and stash an expired credit card on top to distract a grab-and-go thief. A photographer from Melbourne ran the decoy in Naples. A wandering hand unzipped her bag, snagged the dead card, and vanished. Real wallet stayed behind the blocker. She zipped up, smiled, and kept shooting. Snap a photo of the safe keypad the second you punch your 4 digits. Then email it to yourself with the room number in the subject line. Hotel engineering logs report 1 lockout in every 35 guest stays, and maintenance averages 56 minutes to drill a jammed bolt. Travelers stuck outside their locked passports pay rush courier fees for embassy letters, plus a €100 late checkout penalty when cleaners can't access the room. The fix is all metadata. That time-stamped image proves you set the code correctly. Under Article 1953 of Spain's Civil Code, innkeepers must safeguard valuables once properly deposited, and screenshots nail compliance. Ask reception to note the serial number on your folio at check-in. Insurers slice deductibles by 9% when valuables are logged. Instant rebate. Capture the code, keep calm. Layer 2 boosters. Loop a tamper-evident cable tie through the safe hinge and drop an Apple AirTag inside your passport sleeve. GPS pings if the whole box walks. One travel nurse in Seville slept through a 3 a.m. fire alarm. Staff moved everyone's luggage, but his safe sat unopened because the cable tie proved integrity. He reclaimed gear while others waited for bolt cutters. A traveler nodded off on the Salzburg Express and woke to an empty overhead rack. Laptop vanished. Wedding ring too. Honeymoon mood cratered. Austrian rail statistics show overhead theft incidents double on routes under 3 hours. Yet victims still lose 45 minutes filling police forms that almost never yield property. Hook the strap before you dream. Thread one handle through the chair's armrest or around your calf. Then clip a mini locking carabiner so a tug jerks you awake. Rail Europe's conditions of carriage pin liability at 19 francs per kilo, capping payouts below headphone prices. Physical tethering keeps the bag within private custody, triggering broader coverage under many premium card travel insurance clauses. Add 2 quick upgrades, stitch a strip of reflective fabric onto the strap for low light visibility, and pack a mesh pocket alarm that screams at 90 decibels when stretched. 11 seconds of siren drove off grabbers on a Budapest night service last July, according to station security logs. Fake officers hustled €47 million from tourists worldwide last year, and 31% of those victims faced additional card fraud within 24 hours. A con patrol waves, badges, claims to check counterfeit cash, pockets your wallet, then vanishes into a side alley while the real precinct logs yet another ghost uniform. Travelers caught off guard lose passports, spend 3 embassy visits reissuing documents, and pay rush visa fees that can cancel an entire holiday budget. Demand proof before handing over anything. Real police in most EU states must show a metal badge and laminated photo ID with rank. Article 9 of Spain's Organic Law for 2015 says refusal to identify is a disciplinary offense. Leverage you can cite aloud, ask for their patrol car number, dial the national emergency line on speaker, and note the badge digits as you film. Frauds flee lenses. Visa signature cardholders unlock up to €1,000 emergency cash if theft is reported within 4 hours. Instant lifeline. Verify or walk away. 2 fixes. Widen protection. First, carry a photocopy of your passport, not the original. Many cons drop the act when offered paper. Second, stash bank cards in a zip compartment lined with aluminum tape. Makeshift RFID blocker that stymies skimmers if the wallet does leave your pocket. Can that live beach selfie really unlock your front door for thieves? UK burglary data shows break-ins spiked 22% when homeowners broadcast real-time locations, and insurers reject 44% of claims, citing reasonable care clauses. Criminal forums scrape hashtags, track flight numbers, and pinpoint empty houses before you even clear customs. Replacements for laptops, lenses, and heirloom jewelry devour the trip fund twice over. Hold posts 24 hours. Use your phone's scheduler or Instagram's draft queue. Then hit publish once you're back at the hotel or safely home. Facebook's own privacy white paper notes delayed uploads/geotag risk by 75%. Massive cut. Pair the lag with 2-step authentication on every platform. Security moat. If someone resets a password, the code pings your roaming SIM and caps damage to a single failed attempt. Security moat. Upload later. Sleep easier. Add dual shields. First, enable your home alarm's travel mode, so any motion alert pushes video to cloud storage and neighbors in real time. Second, tell your credit card concierge you're abroad. Many banks fast-track fraud reimbursements when travel is pre-registered, preserving your available credit for the next flight. A solo traveler from Toronto delayed her Santorini posts. Burglars hit 2 neighboring flats that week, yet her loft stayed untouched. She landed every memory intact, digital and real. Your passport, phone, and laptop now ride business class. Mesh-lined pack, steel-shackled locker, and a 24-hour social delay that leaves burglars guessing. That's cash for tiramisu instead of locksmiths. Next touchdown, learn the seat map loophole that beats the airlines. $90 preferred fee without breaking a sweat. Queue up the next video before the cabin lights dim. Not financial, legal, or flight advice. Verify with official airline policy.